we can go right into it. One of the concerns that we have, especially in the low country, is the flooding. And are those areas considered in those areas where the flooding, and how would the low line and the developments help that per se?
Well, thank you. I love to talk about it. As you know, the peninsula is the foundation of Charleston, in my opinion. Everything begins on the peninsula. And because of that, we have to deal with certain things. It's the low country. We also have to deal with water. And if you go way back in the beginning, the way the streets were laid out, it was always to get to the water. It's a street grid. And over the years, getting back to that water is something we've always strived to do. And we deal with water every day. We deal with water on a sunny afternoon. We deal with water ponding in low areas all over the peninsula. So when we started looking at this, we started looking at how that's going to influence what we do. And we started looking at what problems exist on the peninsula. And specifically, there are areas that pocket hold water all the time. And the Dutch dialogues come along and start looking at some ideas of how we can address this on the peninsula. They had three things they talked about. One was a barrier wall. Another is to create floodable spaces throughout the peninsula and get the water to those floodable spaces. So when we look at the low line is going to run right up the ridge of the peninsula. And we have an opportunity as we cross 7 drainage basins throughout the peninsula to correct some things. And also not only take the water we're going to generate from our low-line path, but also pick up water from the neighboring streets and from the neighborhoods that are pocketing water. So we've got some ideas how to do that. We call those our toolbox. And in our toolbox, we have these best management practices of how to get water to these floodable areas. There's 3 zones along the low line. One is the urban core, and in the urban core, we can take the runoff and put it in underground, high-level collection areas underground, take that water, hold it, and then time the release for when the tides subside and when we can get to some other areas of the peninsula where we can take the water to. As we get to the central part of the peninsula, where we're going to create 2 iconic parks, we can create a floodable park really close to where the Septima Clark Expressway crosses over King Street. We're going to create a park there, and that park will be able to take some water off that flooded area of King Street and put it into a floodable park. On a sunny day like today, we'll be able to enjoy the park. On flood days, it will actually hold water and store stormwater and take it out of the neighborhoods and put it over there. And then the New Market Creek area is an area that we really are excited about. And that area is going to be a water park, a place where it's going to be a biohabitat, where we're going to create these created wetlands that will take the water off the overpasses, put them down into this area, clean the water before it gets back out to the Cooper River.
DAE TV, family life.